Yo, what's up, what's up? Jerry Hassan, the Children's Enlightening Minds Enterprise, a.k.a. Mr. Shift Your Perspective, a.k.a. Hassan Fresh, b.k.a. Shooter. You see, I want to talk to the gangsters. I want to talk to the past and the present, the OGs and the one that's still living it. I want to talk to him and her, those who say they are and have been about that life. I want to talk to you, but let me explain something. You see, I once watched this movie called Lucy. And you see, there's one thing about that movie that has always stood out to me after I seen it, and it was when Lucy asked the professor, I've acquired all of this information. Now what am I to do with it? And the professor told her, from my study of life, from my study of creation, it seems that the natural order of everything in creation is to pass off the information acquired in that past lifetime to this new coming life. Pass off the past information to this present life in their way of evolution. And you see, information by itself evolves. Not the information, but it evolves that which it makes contact with. You see, we have a tendency to look at our present day. Whether the present day is tomorrow or the present day was yesterday, we have a tendency to look at the present day and talk about it as though it just existed. You see, the present day couldn't have existed without the past. You see, whenever there's some fault or some errors or something that can be critiqued or criticized about the present day, it can't be done without first looking at and critiquing and criticizing something about the past. You see, we can't talk about the youth without talking about the elders. The youth are a manifestation of the elders. You see, the youth are a reflection of what we did right and wrong. We always like to take full credit for all the good, for all of the gratifying things or the benefits. But we don't want nothing to do with the things that aren't so good, the things that doesn't look so nice, the things that doesn't sound so good. We don't want to take no credit for that. But today, it is my objective to lay the results at the feet of where it lies. I want you to understand something. We have been remiss in the carrying out our obligations and duties of an intelligent being, which is to pass off lessons learned from our life to the present life and the life that's coming. You see, we want to just give this new life, just give it everything. We don't want the new life to earn nothing. We don't want the new life to have to struggle too much. We don't want the new life to have to feel too many pains. So we like to make their path easy. But there's a saying that anything that's worth having is worth working hard for. So if we plan to just give them everything, painting them an illusion that is not reality, that many things that you value and you want, it comes easy. You see, they become illy prepared to deal with the struggles of this life, to deal with the struggles of their day, to deal with all of the challenges that they are going to confront. If all they have been cultivated and trained to do was go around or find another avenue or way of dealing with things opposed to facing an issue or challenge straight on, looking at that challenge in the way that we should, as it is a natural course and process of life, that is the part of living. There is no challenge to the dead, at least as far as the living can say. How does that movie correlate to me wanting to talk to the gangster? I'm talking about the transferring of information. I'm talking about if you're going to sacrifice your present day. If we, for those of us who have been through that and we ain't living that life no more, if we're not teaching from our past, if we're not admonishing, if we're not painting the true and accurate reality of what that life was about, then now we are being remiss. We're not carrying out our obligations as intelligent beings. We're allowing our youth to run through life with an illusion mind frame, with an illusionary type of mind frame, a way of looking at something that isn't the truth. And then we look at them and criticize and talk about their constitution, their makeup, their psychology. We talk about it as though we have nothing to do with it, as though it has nothing to do with us, as though. So let me tell you something. Even in my youth, there wasn't many elders I could actually have genuine regard and respect for. I gave respect, but not that I respected them as an individual or their mind, I would say. I was just raised in our time to respect our elders, so we just gave our respect. They didn't necessarily have to earn it. Today, these youngsters require that it be earned, but they only understand a few ways of communication. And see, to earn respect in today's time from these youngsters costs too much. You see, the youngsters today, the youngsters today, and don't take this wrong, I'm being real with you. The youngsters today will make you kill them. I'm saying make you kill them. I'm saying if you say anything to correct them, they will make you kill them. Or they will kill you. Because we ain't raised them right. We ain't bring them up with the right type of mind frame to listen and open your ears up, pay attention, respect, have respect for where it's due. But you see, respect isn't something that we should just give. Respect is something that should be earned. So, with that being said, for us who consider ourselves as elders or OGs or whatever, right? If we aren't living a lifestyle, if we aren't being reflected in a way to where we're actually earning a certain level of respect, and you see, it don't come by just walking. You have to give. You have to do some things. It's an action thing. We have to reach out and go and talk to. We can't be afraid of them. We have to talk to them out of love. Not from a position feeling like what they doing is inexcusable and this, that, and another. We have to talk to them from an understanding position. But more than anything, we got to live and be a reflection of that which we feel and say they should be. my whole point here is to say, if our life and all that we have sacrificed and all that we have went through and am going through, is it so that they can not go through it? And I'm not saying give them fish, but I'm saying if we're not teaching them how to fish, if we're not giving them the right perspective and filling them up with the right type of value, see, we're a little fucked up. We like valuing shit that's so superficial that as that thing shifts, we shift. Because our foundation isn't about shit. Our foundation is built on superficial type of ideas and concepts. They talking about there's no moral and integrity. There isn't. But the youngsters got it, honestly. We gotta do better. We gotta first get our shit together and then make sure that we instill into the next coming life and generation, whether it be our personal own or not. We have to make sure we instill in them some kind of form, way, or fashion a better way. A way that we might not have understood when we was living at that age, but that we understand now. We gotta give them the reality and the truth about that life in them streets. We can't glorify it and make it like it's something to really be living. We gotta keep it away from them like it's a bad drug. Yeah, it got some gratifying moments, but we know that the due that it requires is real weighted. And many and most of us do not even want to pay that due. And life within itself has dues that got to be paid. You see, one thing about the legit way is that you got to pay your dues first and foremost. You got to do that first before you get that which you chasing after. That's what the legal lifestyle requires. You got to dig and work and get the shovels and all that before you get the hole that you're trying to dig. You don't just get the hole. For those of us who like to try to circumvent the process, we do not circumvent the law that I just have it described. You see, life's gonna get what you owe it, before or after. But see, when you circumvent the process, you may get the gratification first. But have you ever heard of the idea or concept of selling one's soul? Have you ever seen in those type of analogies where an individual will sell their soul so they get what they asked for right then and now? But later, when the grantor comes back to collect for that which you asked for, it's afterwards. And the collection is a lot more weighted than you had ever could have realized. Some of us have so less of a value for self and in our present life where we'll say, fuck it. I want to be happy now. I don't care about later. But it's only when we live in that later that we realize that it wasn't worth it. That the joys and gratifications one can experience from circumventing the process won't be worth it. Living examples for those of us who did them streets and lived that life. It always was exactly what I just explained. We had to pay dues afterwards. So for those of us who got locked up and served that time, have you ever noticed how when it was time to pay the dues, it took everything that the life gave us and more. It took all that we had acquired and some. We lost, while we in serving time, we lost loved ones. We lost time and experience and bonds that could have been created with our seasoned family and friends possibly. We We lost all type of experiences and connections as a result of wanting to experience that gratification first and foremost without paying our dues. You say, we'll look at the life and say, no, I'm paying my dues, I'm in these streets, I'm grinding, I'm this, that, and other. You know, I can't argue with you. I can only tell it to you the best way I can. But life will show you when you fully understand it, and it'll be clear with such clarity that there will be no doubt in your mind in the truth that I just spoke. But I promise you, the weight of regret sometimes is very, very heavy. To my OGs, my females and my males, those who live that life in them streets, those who are living it, those who have lived it, we have an obligation. We gotta remove the veil. We have to give it to them the way it's supposed to be given to them. We cannot allow them to be, if we live in it, we cannot allow them to become a carbon copy of that which we live, although you only can give that which you possess. So you have to be mindful of that. Sometimes your departure is better than you to remain there, with which you are a model of is something very contrary and counterproductive to that which you want to teach your loved ones. You know, I've done time, and it's unfortunate that it took the amount of time that it took to get me to where I am today, but it did. I've lost a lot of free life in this world, over 18 years of it. I've spent over 18 years of incarceration of my life. And before physical incarceration, I spent at least about 6 or 7 in addition to that in a psychological form of incarceration. Or maybe even more. I like to believe today I'm breaking out of that. But the chains of mental and psychological incarcerations run very deep. Sometimes you don't even know that they're there because you've been wearing them so long. I've lived that life. And it is an honor when an individual cannot connect me to my past life. When an individual don't see any type of street ties in me and feel like they're so street and so gangster, but I'm nothing like them because today I'm not. But one thing about evolution is this. You are who you are. Because your past has a lot to do with your present. What evolves about you is the way you respond to life. But life will always test your reported merit. Life will always test that which you claim about yourself. Some of you aren't as hard as you may think. And it will only benefit you to humble yourself before you force life to humiliate you. Humiliation is a forced upon one form of humbleness. Let's pass the truths to our youth and let's start taking responsibility to what we presently see. For those in that life, be mindful and cautious of what you exercise in front of your youth, because I've learned from my own past that people are watching that you're not even aware of. And I'm talking about the youth. Youth, they are watching you. They are learning from you. They are admiring you. They're trying to figure out what it takes to be a man or a woman or a warrior or this or that. Be mindful of the way you perform because you are always on stage.